Hi, I'm Cronkite Satellite. Let's do a review. The Ditto Mic Looper. It's really super. 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 The Ditto Mic Looper. Ditto Mic Looper. It's really super. The Ditto Mic Looper. It's really super. The Ditto Mic Looper. It's really super. The Ditto Mic Looper. It goes Cronkite Satellite, down to earth like a meteorite. That's right, I'm here all night doing my review of the Ditto Mic Looper by TC Helicon. Got a lot of things to say and a lot of things going on this little thing right here. Gonna love it, gonna love it, gonna love it. Take it out of the box and go Cronkite Satellite. I'm down to earth like a meteorite. That's right, I'm gonna be here all night with the Ditto Mic Looper. So let's do a review. Long story short, this is a very reliable, durable, foolproof loop pedal. It only has 3 buttons: stop, loop, and play, same button, and a volume knob, which is cool because I can be like this. It's got this kind of fade in, fade out thing, kind of predetermined on the volume knob, which I'm not sure if I like or don't like. I think I like it, but I'm not used to it. So with change comes conflict. You can long hold the stop button to delete, pretty standard for a lot of loop pedals, and you can long hold on the loop to undo something you made, and then you can long hold again and it'll come back. So that's cool. The one thing I'm not overly happy about is that it's pigeonholing itself to just saying it's a mic looper. I understand they're going that route because of the XLR input and output, but like my guitar, it's behind me here, that has an XLR output. Why can't I plug that in here? Would you be offended, Mr. Mic Looper, if I made you a guitar looper? I'm not a big fan of these types of stomp pedals because I like to play barefoot, and these hurt my tootsies. You know, I like kind of like the Boss kind of approach where it's like bigger and easier on your toes. However, if they were gonna go this route, I mean, this thing's gonna be bigger. I think the beauty of this pedal is how small it is and how convenient it is to travel with. I do a lot of traveling, and you want to be as minimal as possible because all that extra baggage costs money. So this is very simplistic and small. However, something this small should take batteries. This does not take batteries. That would have been a pretty cool feature, but then again, it might make it bigger. I did like how the power supply had all these like other extra little adapters for different parts of the world, how they have different electrical sockets. So that's cool. I thought that was very well thought out. Another thing that's pretty cool about this thing is I was hesitant because it did not have phantom power. And I was worried about that because I'd want to use like a mic like this, which requires phantom power because it's a little more powerful. But nope, this has it. It's just always on. So that's cool. That's cool. So now, again, I can be like, let me erase this one here. But I can just be like, I think you get the idea. So I can kind of walk up with a variety of different instrumentation, just put it in front of this microphone and hit record and be like, what up? Let's rock a party. So that's cool. I like that. This thing's durable. I like that. See, I just dropped it and it's fine. There's no power button on this thing, which at first I was like, huh? But, I mean, you just unplug it. Plug it back in. And it'll still remember what you had before. So that's cool. This pedal was made for people who want to loop. It was not made for people who want to use a loop pedal to trigger other sounds or to have preset loops built into something. So I very much admire that. I like that this thing is all killer, no filler. So everything on here has a very well-determined function. I think the thing that's most important that I talk about on this thing is how well this looper grabs your loop. And ultimately, that's the most important thing with any loop pedal that you're getting, how well it can grab that loop. And I don't think I've had a problem yet. I mean, granted, I've been doing this for like 10 years, so I know when to hit the button and when to, cancel the loop. But like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 B and a 3 C and a 4 D and a 2 B and a 3 C and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 B and a 3 C and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 B and a 3 C and a 4 and a 1 and see, like it was flawless, right? Like no problems. You're gonna want to hit the loop button like a millisecond before you want to start recording because it doesn't quite pick up that first thing you do, just barely. It's not a big deal because then you just grab it again your second way through, like when the loop comes back around again. It's like jump rope. When it's time to come back around again, just add that 1 little millisecond again. It's not a big deal. A lot of pedals do that. There's a lot of other functions that you can do with this thing I'm not really going to get into, but when you unplug it and then plug it back in again, you can hold both of these buttons down and then it'll do a different function on how you record and playback and stuff like that. So it's cool. This thing's well thought out. I'm used to how Boss pedals are set up for looping, and they're reversed, where the stop is on this side and the loop play overdub is on this side. So I had to kind of train my brain a little bit to figure out what it was that I was doing. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but it's just a thing. So I thought I'd tell you about it. One thing on this guy that I like to do, or gal, I'm not sure yet. You can be whatever you want to be. Sometimes let me just make a loop and then I'll demonstrate. Okay, so sometimes I want to hold a note but only record every. Let me just show you. Hold a note. See, it doesn't work. What I want to do is I want it to go like on the playback. Can't do that on this thing, unfortunately. But when I hit the stop and start, like that is very expressive. That's a yeah. That's solid, man. That was well made. There's really not much that can go wrong on this thing. It's pretty straightforward. It's like, this is how you rock. This is how you roll. If you're in a band and you want to experiment with some looping, this would be a good thing to add on to your pedal board. If you're a vocalist, why not? Check it out. Throw it on there. It's very affordable. Can't go wrong with that. If you really seriously want to get into like live looping, you'll probably grow out of this pedal pretty quick, though. It's a good place to start and experiment with. But me, I like having multiple channels so I can have drums on one channel and then the next one, like the bass. But that's neither here nor there. That's a personal preference. So in review, the Ditto Mic Looper. It is very simple, very powerful, very smart. It grabs a loop really well. Very simplistic functions, which makes it easier to navigate on stage, especially if something goes wrong. You'll be able to wrap your head around the situation pretty quickly. Designed in Canada and manufactured in Thailand. Good stuff. Made by TC Helicon. Anyway, I'm Cronkite Satellite. If you get a chance, check it out. See what you think. This is my opinion. Doesn't really matter. But again, if you want a loop and you want a durable, simple, trustworthy, affordable loop pedal, I think the Ditto Mic Looper is for you. But you don't have to just use a mic. You can be whatever you want to be.